before the flood, the Mediterranean was not there at all. It was dry land, savanna, and so you will find this in a museum, or it's called Ardalam, the cave. There you find animals. They do not live on top of a mount. So this must be something else. So they found, what is this called? This tiger with the long teeth.
Saber-toothed tiger. Saber-toothed tiger, I think.
And a small elephant.
Yeah.
And bears and all. And also a flying saurier. Saurier?
I'm not sure.
What is this called? Saurier? In English? Like dinosaurier, whatever.
A dinosaur.
Yeah.
A flying dinosaur.
Flying. But this is disappeared. You just can see it on the first reports. What they found. Some other special things are disappeared.
Yeah, they're pretty good at disappearing
So
stuff.
this is what I can say, that Atlantis territory was a pretty dry land where honey and milk were flowing down from the hills, like it is said in the Tumerians' tales about the paradise. And paradise and Atlantis belongs together. Paradise means a fenced territory. Yeah? What we understand about paradise. But paradise is again a Greek word, mixed from the original Sanskrit or Proto-Sanskrit. Pari Deisa is the original. Pari Daisa, Deisa. And this means 10. Deisa. Protected. Pari means protected. And Deisa means 10 or 9 plus 1. Because in the olden days the 0 was not available, so they could not say 10, they said 9 plus 1. And there is a ship in Malta, it's called Deisa nowadays. And this was the former water taxi, and the one who was, what is this called with this?
Rame, we say in French,
Yes.
I forget in English.
Yes.
Paddling?
Yeah, so the one with the,
Yeah.
to make it forward. And he could carry 9 people. 9 plus 1, 10. Deisa. So, Deisa means protected, 10. But what? And now we need to have Atlantis, like I told you before. The 10 mountain ranges with the 10 mounts pattern in the mid. When you make it together, then this is a 10-rayed star.
So what are the 10 locations? The 10 locations, the 10 colonies of Atlantis in the Mediterranean.
The Atlantis territory
The Atlantean
had
territory.
been the whole Mediterranean basin.
Okay, but
And the basin is framed by a mountain belt. I can tell you then the different mountains, if you like.
yeah, go on, so people understand.
Yeah.
Because just
We need to, because so a mountain belt surrounded, and the mountain belt is subdivided into 10 different mountain ranges, but we need to begin in Spain. It's the Sierra Morena, and at the top are 3 mounts, the highest one. The next one, Sierra Morena, then we need to jump over. Number 2 is the Atlas Mountain Massif. Number 3 is the Sahara Atlas Mountain Massif. Number 4 is the so-called Agaar Mountain in Algier. Algeria. Then the next one is Tibesti in Egypt. And this goes from Libya, or half. The Agaar is half in Libya, half in Algeria. And the other half is in Libya, and then Egypt is Tibesti, half. And then we have the Red Sea, or the Gulf of Suez. So this is a broken off. And so you need to jump over to Saudi Arabia is the Asir mountain, also with the 3 mounts in the middle. You can, when you look in the dictionary, you can find this. And then from the Asir goes to the Taurus mountain in Egypt. This is number 7. And then we have the Olymp. Thessalia is in Greece with the Olymp mountain. And when you remind in the Greek tales, the Olymp is the seat of the gods. Olymp. And then this is number 8. You need to ask me then the different. What is number 8 in Sanskrit?
What does it mean?
Then number 9. This is now in Bosnia, where the pyramids has been found. And number 10 is across Italy in the Provence.
And they've got pyramids in Italy as well?
Italy nothing.
Yeah, there are 2 pyramids in Italy.
Between. Italy is the middle.
So
like the nose. What I have described was a face like this.
Yeah.
In the oval, and this goes down from here down there. This looks when you look in the Mediterranean without the water, or in the bassin without the water, then you have 2 big lakes, left and right, from Italy, and they go down 4,000 meters. And so now we have the 10 mounts, and the 11th one is in the middle. So this is a symbol of the flight of Nibiru in the space, because he has 10 stops where they take material during the flight.
What is Nibiru? Is it a planet, or is it like something?
It's a planet.
It's a planet.
But when you follow the tales of creation, then they tell you that this Nibiru came out of the chamber of destinies.
What does that mean?
And the chamber of destiny is the big hole in the center of our galaxy. So they came from the other side.
So it's not a planet then, it's a spaceship.
No.
It doesn't have an orbit.
It's a planet.
But it's a planet spaceship.
Yeah,
it's a
big
planet
one. But
it can be piloted.
This is 5 times bigger than Earth.
But it's a planet without an orbit, no? Or does it have an orbit?
No, they have an orbit around the sun.
So
the northern point is our sun, and the southern point is the Southern Cross.
Right.
So these are the stops. Like we go around the sun. This is the same thing, similar.
Right.
And the moon is a smaller same thing as well. So, and this what I just told you, with the Mediterranean, you will see in outer space the same thing, with the 10 stops to take the material, because they came from the other side of our galaxy, and now they are of antimatter. And so, in order to survive the jump through the black hole, they had to put the planet in a huge magnetic field. And so this will be confirmed by scientists in Switzerland or wherever, because you can keep a piece of antimatter stable when you put this piece of antimatter in an electromagnetic field around. So they are from the other side. They cannot partake on our life, because they have to be into this huge magnetic field in order to survive or do not destroy our galaxy. But so they cannot partake on the life here. So they have to make something to change minus into plus. You can follow?
Yeah.
So, and this is the reason they have And you find this in the state, you can find this in my website, Atlantis-heritage.eu. Then you need to find Malta Discovery, then you see it. The 7 tablets of creation, I have this in my website. The story I tell you now.
Yeah.
And so they came into our solar system from before. This is the first, they have settled an orbit. So they found something who is similar like they have had on their side on the other side of the galaxy. So they found our solar system but totally unstable. And so they have made the solar system in this condition we see it now. Except the moon and the Pluto, these both heavenly bodies, different. So they made 10 stations to stop, to take the material, and the mirror of this they put on a certain territory, who is a small mirror of the big in the universe outside. This is the Mediterranean. So the Mediterranean, what I just told you with the 10 mountain ranges, is a small mirror of the one they fly in the outside, in the outer space with their planet.
Could it be then that they created these spaces, that they created this island from scratch, or did they just find the geography was convenient to reproduce their own?
Yeah, they cannot, because they are of antimatter and they may not touch matter. If antimatter touch matter, disappear everything. Just keep probably a small drop of water. This is the reason they have the 10 station to transmit matter from plus or from minus to plus. And the huge energy we feel here, the Mediterranean, then when I told you, the Mediterranean basin with the 10 mountain ranges, the 10 stops, and the one in the middle, Malta in the middle, is a mirror from the flight of Nibiru in the outer space. And Nibiru is number 11, and number 11 in the Mediterranean is Malta. And then there is another small mirror. This is Gozo. And when you look the picture of Gozo, the landmass, you see that in the western part there is a lot of missing. It's broken away. The last broken event has been the Asura window. Disappeared to underneath. No? Have you been here to this time?
Well, they found a face after the Azure window disappeared. That's number one. Number two, I've been looking at the metal everywhere, right? And I have it here, right? If you look at, I'll show it on the camera for people. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. If we look at like the way that the Azure window is shaped, first of all, it looks like it's been created like this, that a stone slab has been put on top. And secondly, you can see metal rust, right? I mean, this is rust, and I find the same rust. So, yeah, and then like this part there is completely straight. So it looks like it's constructed. But hang on a sec, it's not just constructed, right? Because when the Azure window fell down, they found a face.
Yes or no?
There's a face because just behind it.
Yes. And
so it's built. This was built.
Yes. This fell down in the next level. Underneath. It's still there, but now in the room down there. And so the Mediterranean is a small mirror of the universe, run of Nibiru, and the next small mirror of the Mediterranean is Gozo.
I have a question. Dwyer is a very special place. Dwyer is a very special place because there's there's 3 areas in which the water comes through, and there's 3 sinkholes. So there's the inland sea.
Still there? Yeah.
Yes, and then there's another sinkhole that you can see there, and then there's a sinkhole underwater.
Yes. But I think, the sinkhole is necessary, or the
To collect
sinkholes
water.
normally are full of water, but this water comes from underneath, from inner earth. There's another story. So
Wow,
will explode.
Man, you're burning my
the
head
frame now, yes. But it should be all that this water in the sinkholes, there are more, because there are one I know in Malta near Rendi or in Rendi. It's called Maluba, and Maluba means upside down. So there's a big sinkhole, and there are 2. We have been down there, so we could see it. Nowadays, this is a lot. There's still water down there, and so this is like a jungle now. But you can see a water inlet and a water outlet down there. So, and all the sinkholes is the same principle, and they are filled normally with water, and this water is needed to let the power place still run. And the power place in Malta down there is about 300 meters down. It's a big generator. And this generator creates all the electromagnetic energy we realize on Earth.
Wow.
So this is the origin point, and the energy is spread out to the north. So this is in Malta, and this is confirmed by scientists, it's not my claiming. It is the hugest the free electromagnetic system with a huge power, and it's influenced the whole Mediterranean, and it is spread out like a snowball system into the north. So this is minus here in France, and in southern Germany it is plus, and this goes up, minus plus, minus plus, minus plus, and the next further up plus point is the so-called Rosslyn Chapel in Scotland. Have you heard about this?
Of course, Da Vinci
Rosslyn,
Code.
Da Vinci.
Yes.
This chapel,
And the Knights
this
Templars.
point is something that was before a sub-energy point. And the chapel is exact on this point, has been built exactly on this point. So you need to travel. I was there 2 times. It is amazing. And the chapel is full of Freemason things. And so this person who has planned and built this church, it's a church, it's not only a chapel, knew about Atlantis, knew about the system, and this is the reason he has built the church exactly on this point. And then it runs further up to the north, cross the earth, and come back to Malta. This is the running way. And this is spread like the geographic net we have on earth. And so when you go by ship, then you need to, you cannot drive like we do it with the car. So then you have to use the compass, and then you have to have the true magnetic north. And the true magnetic north is always about 3 or 4 degrees away from the magnetic north we know. But the shipmen, they know it. So they have to. And I have made this is on the website as well, a map of Malta, the Maltese temple. And I have connected all the temples, and they form a grid. And the grid is exactly by 3 degrees. So nothing has been changed.
How many temples were there in Malta? Because there's a lot that have been lost, huh?
Many things has been lost here. And all the people made, what you can find in British what is it called? Mansion? The
Mason.
big houses
Yeah.
of the lords or so. There is a lot of things there. They took it, everything they found, they took it away. Even the Italians.
Really?
There is a temple called Tasilch. There was a stone block found in the size of this table here, written in Proto-Sanskrit, has disappeared. And so I have a very bad picture of the script signs. So there are many evidence in Malta about this script. And a lot of this went either to Italy or most of them went to Great Britain. To the people in charge at this time, high officer and so.
Yeah.
And even there is in the Museum of Natural Scientists, there is a crocodile. No, there is a mummy. And they have made, or this mummy came with a British officer or a lord from Egypt. And he has made arrests, and he was sick and he died here. And so this mummy got lost somewhere. And they found it a couple years ago, I would say 5 or 6 years ago. They found it and they have made a test by computer tomography and some other things to determine the age. And you will not believe, this mummy is older than the early settlements in Egypt, so older than 3100 BC. This is the reason the mummy is not sufficient. It's still covered. I know it from a guy who was working there, and he told me the story. And so many things went from Malta, artifacts, but other artifacts came from outer with the British again, and they are still here, but not exhibited.